Alright, hey everybody, it is Tony and I am back. I have 4 TTMs back this week, and they all come from, you guessed it, Cincinnati, Ohio. I haven't been to Cincinnati very many times, but we're going to get started with the football TTM first. Got a couple of baseball returns as well, so let's get right to it. And the first one comes from Notre Dame coaching legend Gerry Faust. Yeah, that 30-26-1 record is not does not put him in as a coaching legend, that is for sure. Gerry Faust, a stand-up guy, couldn't be nicer. Met him a couple of times. Told him that in my letter. He actually told me that if he had texting, that he would want to talk to me. And I was kind of confused. I'm just, yeah, I've met you. You're a great guy, and everything I've read about Gerry Faust and the little I know about Gerry Faust is just that he loves chatting with people. He loves talking Notre Dame, which would be perfect for me, right? Just sit there and talk Notre Dame football with Gerry Faust. I mean, it would be pretty awesome. All his former Notre Dame players, or most of them, always say that how great of a guy he was. He just was in over his head at Notre Dame, coming from the high school ranks, coming from Bishop Mueller, where he won several state titles and produced several college greats and several NFL players. So now we're going to get to the baseball one, and it comes from Reds legend George Foster. Now, I knew George Foster was good, and I didn't realize how good he was for a 6-7 year period there with Cincinnati. I know the Reds were good. They won a couple of World Series. But dude was putting up some numbers. Won an NL MVP, won an All-Star MVP, was All-Star several years in a row. Wow, could that dude hit? I wasn't alive in the 70s, so I didn't, I wasn't not aware of how great he was. Maybe he was a product of how good the Reds were, or just that he was that good. I mean, you tell me. George Foster is $10 per auto, so take that into consideration. The next one comes from Eddie Taubensee. Yes, Eddie Taubensee, the guy who was traded by the Indians to Houston for Kenny Lofton, or as Scott says, his favorite Cleveland Indian of all time, because that produced Kenny Lofton. Eddie Taubensee, definitely remember Eddie Taubensee, because he was a pretty good catcher for the Reds in the mid to late 90s. Of course, the Cubs and the Reds in the same division, so got to watch Eddie Taubensee at least 18 times a year. And he played in the playoffs a few times and was a solid catcher. I think I saw Baseball Reference. He hit 278 for his career. Pretty respectable numbers. Didn't put up a lot of power, but can't complain when you play on some good teams and you're hitting 278. Last TTM comes from Bob Trumpy. I don't know Bob Trumpy, the player, that is for sure. I do know Bob Trumpy, the broadcaster, and he did, of course, broadcast the Notre Dame games, because that's, NBC has the rights to Notre Dame football, and so that's how I know Bob Trumpy, obviously, for his work the NFL side as well, because I used to be really big in the NFL until several years ago. Always enjoyed Bob Trumpy's broadcasting work. Heck of a tight end, too. Average 15 yards per catch. That's first down plus some. So those are my TTMs this week. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.